Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentleman. This channel's not really popular enough to warrant plurals, but that's okay. This is Mashiakasaurus, and tonight we are playing some more Blueprints. It's been a while since our last stream, so let's get started with that.
What the dingle? I've done this one.
Can't find my chair.
Okay. Let's continue from where we were, shall we? As soon as we load in. Here we go, day 4. Okay, now we have unlocked the western path over there, or the eastern path, or whatever it is. But if you were paying attention last time,
And I wasn't.
and Nick wasn't, we were able to get into the dark room with the lights on and with a magnifying glass, and on one photograph we saw a clue that will help us to unlock a locked gate over here. So this is exciting stuff. There's our campsite. That's where we spend the night. And we don't have that open yet, but let's wander over here. Now in the photo, this tree was still here, and it had carved on its trunk the date 11/28. And there we go. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to our campsite. Starting tomorrow, we start each day with an extra 20 steps. So that's cool. Another one of these. We got 2 out of 4 lit. What else do we have here? Nothing we can interact with over here. A lot of apple trees. Can you pick the apples? No, you can't pick the apples. There's a sundial. Can't seem to interact with it. Gardener's Logbook, April 10th, 1992 to whenever. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings in the estate, in as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nagula, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epspin's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. One of the first tasks I undertook as groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house.
We just toss ours.
And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from this survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. It shows you right here that in some rooms you've got good soil, in some rooms you've got poor soil, and in a few rooms you've got rich soil. So if you have green rooms in these positions, you get more stuff from them, potentially. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made a long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchard's smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas lines should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel, Rinna. After all, as beautiful as the estate is, shouldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I have only ever seen Rinna's depiction in the chapel. Okay. In addition to this, we've got some pots, sacks, a hand lawnmower. Oof. It's got to be a pain to mow this entire yard by hand.
Push mowers aren't so bad when you get them moving, and if your grass isn't too long. If it's long or wet, forget it. You ain't moving that thing. Oh, and don't ever get too close. That's how you lose half a finger.
Yeah.
That's how our uncle did.
Okay, I think that is everything. So, starting tomorrow, we'll get 20 extra steps. That's good. Now, I'm going to race back, and we'll check out what's along the western path over here. we'll see what our exterior room is today. Over the bridge. We unlocked this area in our last video, so. The root cellar, the trading post, or the shrine. Let's go with the root cellar. This makes dig spots more common today. And this is what's in the root cellar. Whole lot of nothing. Well, a lot of dig spots if you have a shovel, but we don't have a shovel at the moment. The Mount Holly family tree. The Sinclair family and the Espin family. Mary Espin married Simon H. Sinclair, Mary Espin birthed Simon H. Sinclair and Clara Espin. I may be reading this wrong. Then there's also Herbert Sinclair, Baroness Arrevel. I can barely read that.
I can barely see that.
Baron Thomas Sinclair, Lord William Espin, Lady Ashlyn, Lionel Espin. So, potentially important people.
Or not. We don't know. No, seriously, I don't know if they're important or not.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about this game is that so little is actually known.
I mean, yeah, I know.
For certain.
Yeah, there's a lot of like fan communities and theories, and it's still going strong. Which is great.
So here we are, back in the house once again. Oh wow, they're gonna close us off right away. All right, let's take the closet. What do we get? We get a gem and a key. That's not bad. Could have been better, but it's not bad. I'm tempted to do the guest bedroom for the extra steps, but I'm going to do the pantry to keep this going. We got an apple. And then let's put in the den here. Stars and stairs. West Wing Hall. Sounds good. It's a dig spot, but I don't have a shovel. Might as well make this the storeroom. Take a coin. Take another key. Take a gem. Okay. Let's race back over here. And do I want a hallway? I don't think I want security in there. Or I can put the bedroom, but that gives me only one way out. So we'll do the hallway.
Yeah. Yeah, you can come in. Yeah.
Okay.
You can go up there. It's fine.
I don't really want to spend a gem on the kitchen. But I think I'm going to have to. I can do the parlor, but that leads me to a dead end. I don't want to dead end myself this quickly. I'm going to hold off on getting any food because we're close to being able to buy some of the more extravagant food stuffs. Ooh, the courtyard, but it costs a gem. I'm trying not to I'll put in the chapel. Since I'm putting in the chapel, I might as well spend my coins. There. Okay. Parlor, bunk room, or nursery? Let's do the parlor. I always love the parlor game. Okay, so the rules of this, if you missed the last episode, one of these boxes always tells the truth, one of these boxes always lies, and one of these boxes has gems in it. And it could be the liar box, the truth-telling box, or a different box entirely. So, this is the blue box. That's true. So this is a true box. The blue box is true. That is true. So this is also a true box. The blue box is empty. That's false. Has to be false because one of them has to be false, and these two are true. Ding. We get our gems. Okay. I'm trying to stockpile gems for later in the run here. I guess I'll put in the courtyard.
No, you're
I'm trying to keep my gems, but oh well. And we didn't get lucky and get a shovel or anything useful. Oh well. Spare room. The drawing room is always worth it. If you missed the last episode, notice the candlestick here. And we have a safe. And we still don't know how to crack that safe.
explosives. Well, that's how I would crack a safe.
Alright, let's see what's beyond this door. +1 key is nice. Guaranteed unlocked is nice. The garage, not so much, because the garage is a dead end. I will put in the nook. And our pictures are a car and a card. So the letter D. Alright. If we put the observatory in, that's a dead end. Let's go with the corridor. Pictures are a cot and a coat. So A. D-A. Oh, this is evil. Alright, we'll put in the bedroom here.
Hi, babe.
Oh, we got another key. Okay, now we gotta backtrack. Chapel doesn't cost us anything because we don't have anything. dining room. You seem good. If we can make it to rank 8, we can come back here and get a bunch of steps. Let's see what's over here. Yeah, use a key. Guest bedroom, the planetarium, or the boudoir. The boudoir has the one safe that we've cracked, so that's a guaranteed gem. But I'm going to take the guest bedroom for plus 10 steps. Ooh, and we got a gem anyway. Cool. Okay. East Wing Hall, that's a pretty easy call there.
Yeah, if that safe wasn't a number lock, maybe we could brute force it or something.
Yeah. I can't afford to put in security. I guess I will. And there's a security lock. Okay. Well, let's at least change the keycard system. Set the security level to low. And we'll change the offline mode to unlocked, but okay. You're probably locked. No, surprisingly you are not locked. Veranda would be really nice, but it costs 2 gems, and I just don't want to spend that much. So, here, let's put in the boudoir. And we can get this gem from the safe. Safes that you've cracked remained open forever. So, coat and coast. Keep forgetting to check those. We're gonna have to do the dark room because it's the only one that lets us continue on. It's unfortunate, but such it is. So this is what happens when the dark room lights are off. You don't get to see what you're putting in. I'm going to assume that the one with a gem cost is something that's got a way out, because almost all of the stores do. It's the observatory. Okay, so this does have a way out, so we are safe for the moment. Hey, Dimundus Minder.
You got it back.
There. We're up to 4 stars. And what is that? Plane and planet. So T. The office. We have not seen the office yet. Costs 2 gems though. But it's also the only one that lets us continue, so I will spend 2 gems. Tiger and Tier. So G. Alright, here's the office. Run payroll. After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid chamber currently in the estate. Well, we don't have any of those. Spread gold in the estate. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. These coins are spread, distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. Yeah, spread gold now. Function successful. Great. Okay. Hey, look at get this. An upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of our floor plans.
Hey, aren't you right near a terminal?
I am right near a terminal. Why is it not giving me the option to,
Maybe you have to do it this way.
There we go. Insert disc. Alright. What do you got for me?
Insert the data disc.
Courtyard. Alright. We have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Alright. We can choose either 2 gems, 5 dig spots guaranteed, or change it so that it is always unlocked. I'm going to go with 2 gems because this will it costs 2 gems to put the courtyard in. This will cover the cost of putting it in. So, yes, this is the upgrade I want. Floor plan has been successfully upgraded. So from now on, the courtyard will have 2 gems in it. The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives, so just make sure the west and east levers are operational. Interesting. Ooh, a lever. Ooh, a safe.
Ooh. A note.
Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Flight of the Queen, March of the Count is bolded. Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. Had a little trouble reading the Baron's writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be Hearings or Herrings, but knowing Herbert, I suspect either would be suitable. Okay. So here's how we solve this one. Let's assume this guy is the Count. So how many of that guy is around here?
We're assuming he's the Count.
There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. The March, 3rd month of the Count. 0303.
Ooh, good job.
Ta-da! The 8th red letter.
Or is it the infinity letter?
Either one. Dear Mr. Sinclair, thank you for promptly answering all of our demands not involving the police and allowing this unfortunate transaction to transpire as smoothly as one could hope. And while I'm guessing you had hoped to never hear from us again once we had given you back the envelopes, we felt that one final red letter of our own was merited given the circumstances. Hopefully, you will not be as careless with this missive as you were with the others. Correspondence this incriminating should be kept in safes, not desk drawers. Let's first put your apprehensions aside, as I'm sure another red envelope is the last thing you expected to find on your desk this week. No, we are not making more demands, and no, we do not have copies of the other letters. You were already more than generous and accommodating, and the least we can do is fulfill our end of the bargain. So why write to you at all? Why incriminate ourselves further if we already have what we want? In a word, principles. After reading your eloquent reply to our initial note, it became apparent to us that there had been a few misunderstandings. This letter is intended to clarify some of these points and hopefully will place our schemes in a softer light. First, we may have gotten too excited with the colorful language of blackmail, but our goal was never to terrorize. Despite what you may believe you interpreted as thinly veiled threats towards your young nephew, I want to personally assure you there was never any tangible danger. If we gave any impression we would hurt the youngster, it was meant only in the very vague sense of hurting his social prospects. And yes, while we admit that our word choices might be questionable, enough so that it would be reasonable to accuse us of being intentionally misleading, we hope you believe us when we tell you that this was not a calculated ploy to elicit payment. However, as payment has been received, there is nothing to be gained by scrutinizing the questionable ethics that were employed in our extortion of those funds. Little defense can be mustered on that score. Additionally, any judgmental tone you may have detected when we discussed the contents of your stolen letters was entirely unintended. We want it on record that we do not consider ourselves superior to you and your family in any way, and are in fact entirely sympathetic to the underlying cause that the letters pertain to. And you thought this letter couldn't get more incriminating for us. Again, we feel guilty as sin, and only time will tell if the financial recompense will outweigh our culpability. Even though you will never hear from us again, we hope this parting letter will result in you thinking of us and our dealings, if not favorably, at least sympathetically. Sorry for the inconveniences. Forever Anonymous, X.
What, you were going to ruin your social standing by what? Sticking a whoopee cushion under his seat at a dinner party?
I mean, it could be just about anything.
Let's go with whoopee cushion. That's funny.
Whoopee cushions are funny. Okay. Oh, we haven't put the rumpus room in before.
Well, where else are you going to put in?
Yeah. And the other two are dead ends. So let's put in the rumpus room. Here we go. This is the rumpus room. We got a TV, some board games,
Coins.
8 coins, a banana, if I can get to it. There.
A radio and some soft drinks.
Yep.
Pictures.
A pilot and a plot. So and of course, the elephant in the room, Alzara. Let's insert a coin, shall we?
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. The image is becoming clear. I see a boy standing on a shore of white sand. He is looking for something he was told he would not find. I see a black cat tied to a red flag. I hear the wind blowing, but the flag does not stir. I see a door marked by a rogue moon, a door that is always locked, yet has no key. It is the door you have been searching for, yet will not find. It holds true beyond the dark waters. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Interesting. So until tomorrow, we can't get anything more out of him. Not that his cryptic Yoda-like
Fish.
clues are very helpful.
Can you tap the fish and make him dance?
No, sadly, you cannot tap
So
the
he's
fish.
not a singing Billy Bass?
He's not a Billy Bass.
Aww.
You can't make him sing. There's a jaunty cap,
That's what I mean. You should just.
and there's a bishop,
I'm sad now.
and an umbrella. Okay. Our last key kind of screwed here. Everything we do is a dead end. But we've never drafted the terrace, so let's draft the terrace. The terrace makes it so that green rooms don't cost anything. 3 more steps. Kind of useless now, but there's not a lot on the terrace.
Great view, though.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't have the planetarium, so there's no point in going to any particular room, but we can look and see if we can find some of those coins that were spread from the office.
Why?
Why not? Dark room. There's actually a gem over here, but you can't get to it unless the power is on in the dark room. Nothing in here. Didn't quite make it to the 8th rank.
There'll be other days.
Still no coins. The guest bedroom, maybe? No? Nothing.
Oh, well.
Wow. Like, we've gone quite a ways backwards and still haven't found any coins. Let's see here. We don't ever have to come back through here, so that's fine. Oh, here we go. 3 coins. And the drawing room has none. Let's go up here and look. There's 1. Security will actually tell you, there's another, how many items are currently in the manor that haven't been found or haven't been claimed. It wouldn't tell you which rooms they're in, but it would tell you how many there are. We might as well, at this point, just run out our steps.
We can stare at that one room and figure out what the code is.
We can do that.
So the code is numerical.
It's numerical. And since I already know how to solve this, I'll give a hint. There are 4 walls in this room and 4 digits in the code. Because there's 4 digits in every safe code. So it's derived from something to do with the walls. And if you're thinking the pictures, then yeah, obviously, it's the pictures. But the question is, which pictures are important and which ones can be safely ignored?
Well, there's a horse on that wall and a horse on that wall. How many horses are there?
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0.
Try that.
is not horsies. Another hint is underneath each picture there's a little indicator of the stride length.
Even under the horses?
Yes, even under the horses. If I can get close to one. So yeah.
Okay, I'm stumped.
Let's count small steps, because there's a small step here underneath this. The safe is underneath this small step. So the ladies have a small step, and this old man has a small step, but everybody else, it looks like, has a large step. So let's count only ladies and old men. There's 1, 2. I don't know if this counts as 3 or as 1. So
Let's count it as 1.
let's count it as 1. So that's 3 total, 4 total.
I have
Over
no idea.
here?
I just guessed it here.
This one is either 2 or 4. This one's either 4 or 6. And then this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8. And this one is 0. Let's try 0, 6, 4, 8. No. 0, 4, 2, 6. Can't be only ladies, because that would be 1, 1, 2, 0.
Try it.
Nope.
Well, obviously we're missing information. Yes, we are. How many paintings per wall?
1. This one's got more than 5, or more than 10 rather. So it can't be paintings per wall, because that would be double digits.
Okay. Hey, what about that really, really weird looking guy?
Which one is the really, really weird looking guy?
Well, what if it's a directional thing?
Could be.
What if we just count the people who are facing the one way? And count them?
All of them? Or just the ones
The
with
the
little
paintings, because
yeah.
like the little men are pointing.
Well, like,
The same direction as her.
okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 7. 6 or 8. 7 or 9. And 1. I already forgot how many were on the first wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's assume these count as 3. 5, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. 5, 5, 9, 1. Nope. We could also have the order of the walls incorrect. Like, there's no guarantee that we should be starting on this wall and going around, or on this wall and going around, or even going around counterclockwise.
Because it looks like that running guy is run faster than the horses.
This guy?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the horses have a longer gait. It's kind of hard to tell, though, because the painting sizes are not consistent. Like, here it's clearly longer, but also the little boy's painting is much smaller.
Let's just go with the little boy's running speed. You're a little boy, so maybe it'll work.
Okay. So just count little running boys.
Little running boys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0. Nope.
Oh. Alright, I guess we need more info. Because I'm lost. Oh yeah? Is that so?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to come back to this.
Yeah, well, it was fun screwing around with.
Let's continue on here. And now we're out of steps.
Why are you sniffing that?
Okay. You've used all your steps and must now call it a day. You've pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and now must return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow, however, the house might be a little bit different. Okay.
Ash. Come here. Come here, bubble butt. Yep, you got a bubble butt. A Prozac villa. Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's prosaic, but...
Shh. I don't care what tells you. It's a Prozac villa.
Okay. Time for day 5. And our steps count up to 70 because we get 20 extra steps now.
Because you morning pound a sack of apples?
Yep.
I just thought
Just
of
a giant sack of 10 apples. Just gobble them down.
I just thought of something very horrifying. With all this fruit you're eating, there's like one bathroom.
Oh, yeah. It's not even present every day. I'm putting in the trading post because we haven't seen it before. So this is the trading post. We have no items to trade, so we can't do anything with it just yet. There's a dig spot.
There's a banjo. Can you touch the banjo?
There's dynamite. It's too dangerous to pick up. Banjo.
Oh, I thought I saw a banjo.
Nope.
Oh, must have been my imagination.
Oh, hey, what's this?
Ah, don't do that. You're breaking it.
Okay. Yep. So this is a puzzle box. We need to get all of these corners simultaneously lit up yellow. When you hit the yellow blocks, they go up. When you hit the purple block or the pink block, they rotate around. Well, obviously start with that. Ah, got it.
It's
An allowance token. Our allowance has permanently been raised by 2. We'll have to figure out what to do with the dynamite.
ooh. Put it in your mouth and smoke it like a cigar.
Sadly, it doesn't let you do that. So now we have an allowance.
Never do that with dynamite. Wet dynamite is actually severely dangerous.
Yes. Old dynamite bleeds pure nitroglycerin, so don't do
Don't eat it. Don't put it in your mouth.
Okay.
Unless you're into that sort of thing. No judgment.
Hallway.
No, but seriously. Where did my cats go?
I don't know.
Oh.
Let's do the closet for 2 items. A gem and the silver key.
Ooh.
That's useful. Let's put the den here. Take our 1 gem. I have never figured out any mysteries with the den, and it seems like a place that should have a mystery, but I've never been able to find one.
Well, if we're here all night.
I've tried waiting around.
No, when it kicks you out.
Oh.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah, I haven't done that.
That would be a really long experiment.
Yeah.
And I would hate for people to sit through it, but maybe we could do that off stream sometime and see if there's anything to it.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going to do this because this should pay for itself. Because this is a green room, so it gets a gem sent to it. Buried below, occasionally you may discover small mounds of dirt in certain rooms of the estate. With a shovel, one may be able to excavate these suspicious dig spots. Interesting. And you got a grill here. That's nice. Looks like a chill place. Okay, let's get back before we go too far. Well, bam. If I put the courtyard in, it costs me 1 gem, but it gives me 2. So, net gain. Ooh, a sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. That's useful. Okay. Parlor, let's get some more gems. We need those more than steps. Oh, the parlor windows are open this time because we have it in the corner. Pretty. Okay. The other two boxes are true. The other two boxes are blue. That's false. The other two boxes are empty. So we know this one is false. This one cannot be true because that one is false. So this one must be false as well. So this one is true. The other two boxes are empty. The gems are in this box.
I still hate that puzzle.
I actually kind of like it.
Makes me feel dumb. Which, admittedly, isn't hard.
Let's do the nursery. We haven't done the nursery before. Oh, no, wait, we did because we read the
You
book.
reread the book.
Yeah.
But the nursery is a good one for steps.
We still got a gem from it, though.
Yeah.
So it paid for itself. Nursery's a cute room. Okay. Spare room or the drawing room? I like the drawing room because we can redraw from here.
Get another crack at this puzzle.
Yeah, we can take another crack at it. Well, first of all, let's open the thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's small gates. I think that it might start with a 0. Like maybe this is the starting point, and then we go around clockwise. So let's try this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. 0, 7, 4, 8. No. What if the pictures of the 3 men only count as 1? Then that would be 0, 5, 2, 6. No. 6, 5, 2, 0. Do it in the opposite order. Or no, that would be 0, 6, 2, 5. No. I do not remember it. We will get it eventually, though. Not wild about any of these options here. Security is nice to have this early on, but I'm gonna redraw. Yeah, we can put in the chapel. We've got no money, so it can't hurt us. Okay. What do we have here? We've got the nook, the spare room, or the laboratory. We've only ever had the laboratory
What if it's
one
not
time.
based on the room? What if it's just based on total?
Total what?
Pictures of the people. You wanted like people with small steps. What if you just count them in total?
I'm not following what you're saying.
I don't know. Like, okay, feel my logic here.
Okay.
What if you just count the paintings of each type? Like, number of women, and number of the dudes, and number of horses.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I could try that. I have to backtrack anyway.
And you said you only want short strides.
I'm pretty sure that's part of the puzzle solution is short strides only. So there's still the question of, does this count as 3 or does this count as 1?
Let's count it as 1.
Alright, so there's more than 4 types of pictures.
Well, of the people who walk small steps,
there's only 2 types.
So
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Huh. 9 and 4.
Yeah, still doesn't.
Wait. What if we count them individually? Does it increase the total to a 2-digit?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Do that.
1, 5.
5 and 4. 15 and 4. 1504. Try it. Holy shit! Sorry.
Wow. That was way different than I was thinking. Letter number 6.
Why is that written and not a number?
I don't know.
Huh.
Dearest Mary, I know the events of the past year have catapulted you into a world you may not have been ready for. It's cruel, and the way time rips through our lives, leaving them barren and fruitless like wind-scarred plains. Throughout this all, I know your principal concern has always been Simon. You didn't need to confide in me yesterday for me to realize that fact. Everyone who knows you understands this. This is a little hard to read because of the cursive. It's faux cursive. I will take full responsibility to ensure that regardless of how your current project plans out, Simon is shielded from any fallout and, God forbid, repercussions. A child should never suffer the iniquity of their parents. I, of course, write you all this in the hope that I can set your mind at peace when imagining the worst-case scenarios, not because I think such an outcome is likely. No, Mary, I have few apprehensions and fewer fears. Assuming everything goes according to plan, you should be reunited with Simon again before his 10th birthday. And while 2 years might seem like an eternity to a mother, I've always heard the days pass more quickly in the East. Interesting. As for me and you, I have already come to terms that our meeting yesterday was very likely our last. I am too old and too stubborn to ever leave this place. I am too attached to the home our family has built up, room by room. Yes, I have a strong premonition I will be buried in red soil under red flags. A compromise I know you yourself would never accept. It's been a joy watching you grow up and getting to know you. Your mother and I spoke of little else during your school days. I know she'd feel the same bittersweet pride I feel now to see you following in your father's footsteps and making the same sacrifices he did. Farewell, my Marigold. We may yet meet again. Your Uncle Herbert.
Okay. So Herbert is your uncle, so her dad's brother.
Yes. And
Marigold is your mother.
She's our mother, and Simon is us.
So it's great Uncle Herbert.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay. So your grandpa was a weirdo hippie rebellion guy too?
Seems like.
By the sounds of it anyway.
Yeah. possibility of more keys. I'm greedy for keys. Sometimes
I solved a puzzle.
stuff happens on that.
I
bench
almost grew a brain.
Okay. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. 12 plus 15 is 27. Minus 10 is 17. 15 minus 13 is 2. Times 3 is 6. 20 minus 10 is 10. Times 2 is 20. Okay. Could put in the commissary. I'm gonna put in the planetarium. There's nothing in the planetarium for us to see, so I'm going to save the step. Not my hard-earned cash, obviously, but such is life. Oh, you dirty, dirty people. All right.
Oh, his cell phone.
Bedroom. No, nothing. Okay. So now we can avoid going through the chapel.
You'd want to lose, like, one of your 2 coins?
No, I'm good with keeping them. Store is locked. West Wing Hall it is. Tub and tube. Corridor. Let's keep this train going. Pilot plot. Dining room.
Maybe you'll get a bite to eat this time.
Maybe. We could put in the gymnasium. That wouldn't be terrible. We have never put in the library, though, and it wouldn't cost us anything, except we would miss out on putting one room in. Oh, hello, what's this? A coupon book. Every time we buy something, we save a coin. Alright. Interesting. Which book do we want to pull out? Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, Swimbird, The Fixed Stars, History of Orinda, the EPCW Pump System User Manual, or Drafting Strategy, Architectural Digest, Volume 3. I'm leaning towards History of Orindia. Or maybe Swimbird.
I don't know. Swimbird is one of your mom's books, so I don't think it can actually, like, hold anything. Architecture Digest might be fun.
Okay, we'll do this. So, we don't get that right now, but we will get that next time we draft this room. And our letters here, stage and sage, T. Additional reading. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R to pull up the directory. I'm good with that. Thanks. This book is blank. Let's go up the twisty stairs. Mount Holly records. Total time 3 hours 7 minutes. Total days 5. Longest day was 46 minutes 39.8 seconds. Average day 40 minutes 51.9 seconds. Steps taken 290. Keys turned 10. Gems used 26. Gold spent 17. Allowance 2. Total stars 4. Rooms drafted 111. Bedrooms drafted 13. Hallways 15. Green rooms 6. Shops 4. Red rooms 12. Puzzles. Billiard rooms 2. Dartboard solved 2. Parlors drafted 5. Parlors solved 5.
Good records.
Yeah. Upgrade disc 1. Red letters 3. Good to know.
Is there anything sloppy? Ooh, scrapbook.
Scrapbook. Oh, we got the orchard. The Baron of Mount Holly names nephew provisional heir. That page is blank. My favorite floor plans. Drawing room.
Why is favorite in quotations?
I do not know. Most drafted. Drawing room, den, and hallway.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Most paid for. Drawing room, courtyard, kitchen. Most time spent in drawing room, entrance hall, security. Contraptions I've made, none. Largest purchase, a banana for 2 gold. We have found the observatory and made it work. Maybe one day. The most avoided floor plans, commissary, coat check, and passageway. Interesting.
So this is kind of like your
It keeps track of what we've drafted and what we haven't.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, those stairs made me dizzy.
Yeah, they will do that.
What's that? Why is that like that?
I don't know, but you can't interact with it.
Oh, bummer.
Okay. Laundry room. Chamber of mirrors. I'm tempted to put in the Chamber of Mirrors because we've never put it in, but to like really solve it properly, you need to be able to get at it from both this side and the back side. It has 4 exits, but well, why don't I just put it in and I'll show you here. See, you get a button, which is great and all, but now we need to get to that other door to do anything in this room. So, hallway would be good here. Okay, that'll give us access to a little more of that room. Use one of our regular keys. Oh, you're kidding me. There's no way to get at it, so there's sigh. Nope. We got another key at least. We'll put in the spare room. Saving up my gems. Alright. Hold on. I want to see.
I do not know what happened to my Asia.
We could use the silver key here.
It's okay. Oh.
Security, East Wing Hall, or Gymnasium? We'll go with the East Wing Hall. And I think one more and we can go get food at the dining room.
Ooh.
Greenhouse would be nice. The observatory is not bad. Closet,
To the observatory.
I think.
I heard the dinner bell.
Yeah, this is gonna make rooms with. Yeah, I know constellation effects only trigger when clicked on. That one is the Southern Cross, and it makes rooms with four exits more likely to occur. The problem with that is that a lot of those rooms are red rooms, so it makes red rooms specifically more likely to occur. Okay, here we go.
Dinner. Pizza.
Pizza. Wood-fired pizza. Summer truffle sauce smothered in fontina cheese, wild mushrooms, and spiced salami. Cooked to perfection with just the right amount of char. Plus 20 steps, plus an additional 10 steps if you have a furnace in your house. Let's have dinner. Furnace is a red room, so...
You didn't even finish it. Wasteful little toad.
We ate a lot of it.
You left the crusts. It's like the best part.
Okay. Let's zip on over here. I'm going to have to do either the veranda or the commissary. Commissary costs less.
It does.
So this is the commissary.
Can't afford nothing.
Staff notice. I think we've read this before.
Hey, wait, it's under that scratchy bit.
That's the terminal password, but we can't make it out. The commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience, but it's a red note, so that's a lie. Grain and rain. Hey! Day 20 and 21, there's a 50% off sale. Alright. We can afford none of this.
But it's nice to know they have stuff.
Yeah.
Can you play it?
Dirigiblocks. No, sadly, you cannot. Okay. Continuing on. Oh yeah, the den. Or should I do the parlor?
Well, you do like the parlor games.
Yeah, and the parlor gets us potentially 2 gems, whereas the den only gives us 1. Hello. Magnifying glass. Swan song. You can just barely make it out with the magnifying glass.
Yeah. Now we got a password. Now we
can
just
log
need a
into the
terminal.
network. Yeah.
Of course it would be Swan Song. Wasn't there like a book with the same name? Oh no, wait, no, that's Swinburne.
Yeah. I guess let's do the corridor. A grandfather clock and a tie.
box, a crate, box, graph, chart.
Hmm. Crate and rate.
Of course.
Alright, this is our last key. Well, obviously I'm going to put in the Nook for a guaranteed key. Okay. This is our last key. We'll put in the observatory. Oh, because we've got the Chamber of Mirrors. And now we've got 6 stars, which gives us Dimundus Minor and the Twins. And we actually have a sledgehammer, so we could open those boxes. I'm guessing this is locked. No, surprisingly it is not locked.
It really doesn't do much.
It doesn't.
But might as well.
I might as well put in the pool. The pool doesn't do much for us by itself, although it does contain a pair of running shoes. Okay. Flight and light. This is the door to the antechamber and it's sealed. Alright. Drafting pool rules. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day unless otherwise stated, and also no running.
But you're gonna run. Because you got the running shoes.
Yeah. Now I just gotta figure out what my path has to be. And then I think from here, yeah, straight across. Get 2 steps from going in there. Drafting Studios. Select a new floor plan to permanently add to your estate's draft pool. Yes, please. I will take that. Alright. In the drafting studio, you will be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Permanent changes do not reset each day. We can have the kennel, which makes it so that every time you dig in a room, you unlock all doors in the room. The vestibule, whenever you enter the vestibule, 3 doors in the room become unlocked and 1 becomes locked, and it's randomized each time you enter it. Or the solarium, which gives you a greater chance to get unusual and rare rooms. I'm going to unlock the kennel.
Puppies!
Add this to our draft kit. Yes. We've successfully added the kennel permanently to our draft pool. Cool.
Whoa, what's this? A mini save.
With a code.
Well, let's look around.
Oh, this is important. Day 1 was Saturday, November 7th.
And we're on day 6.
We're on day 6.
Which would put us at what date?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We would be on Thursday the 12th. Great Hall partitioning for Wednesday, November 11th. So this is for yesterday. That's not terribly useful. Flan and fan. Not complete with that blueprint down there, or any of these things.
Well, try 11-7.
Nope.
Well, 11-8, 11-9, 11-10. Might as well just go in row. Maybe it's gotta be today's date. So let's try them in order.
It was 11-8.
Why?
Why is not clear.
Don't
but
care. It's a letter.
Letter number 5. Uncle, in a few hours we are departing. As planned. Oh, the letter was from November 8th. As planned, we will be taking the Old Mountain Way Tunnel to the north. We'll go as far as we can by trolley until the rails give out. Then we'll proceed on foot until we reach the southern border. I've never been as excited, nervous, and heartbroken. I may never know if I've made the right decisions, but I've nodded in approval at. Wait.
What?
No, but I've made the ones I felt my father might have nodded in approval at. Okay, I skipped a line. So that's my listexia. I'm leaving a message for Simon here in the safe house, this unhallowed cavern that we have called home for the last year. If something should happen to me, please guide him to this place. Try to show him what these lost days were all for. Explain to him, if you can, the intersection between foolishness and doctrine, the thin wire we stood upon, above the world, holding hands and throwing stones. Holding hands and throwing stones. In those days, we were guilty of everything. As always, Mary. That's our mom.
She threw rocks at people.
Apparently. Okay, so this has been a very fruitful day.
Very. Bummer. Well,
There's a decent chance that this door
Sledgehammers.
is locked too. But we do have a sledgehammer, and we have 2 chests waiting for us back at the entrance.
the other way to open chests.
Yep. I might as well stop in here. No, I'm on the wrong side of it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's okay.
This one right here.
Coinage.
And unfortunately, that doesn't do us any good.
You would have a lot of running back and forth, eh?
Yep. Okay. Hall of Mirrors can be very, very good, but you have to be able to solve it.
And be able to run around it without losing all your steps.
Yeah. So here we go.
Oop.
A compass. That
Nice.
doesn't help us. A treasure map, which doesn't help us because we don't have a shovel.
Lockpicks.
Lockpicks do help us.
But you only have 15 steps.
Can I get anywhere on 15 steps? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 9, 8. Yes, I can get all the way back there, but I won't be able to make it back to the planetarium to call it a day.
Did you want to call it a day in the planetarium, or did you want to try and... what's more beneficial to you?
That is the question. Let's try it. There's a chance this won't work at all, but and I'm going to spend one extra step. We have 6 coins. We can get a shovel. That shovel can potentially get us more steps. Okay. Lockpick worked. We can't do the passageway. We don't have enough. We can do either the utility closet or the regular closet. Let's do the regular closet and hope for a key. Ivory dice and a key. Awesome. Can't pick the lock, but we can... Let's redraw. Hope for something new.
Guess bedroom will give you 10 steps at least.
Yeah.
What's that on the table?
There's a note there that I've already read.
Hmm.
It's not very interesting.
Well, there was a gold thing, so I was just curious.
Yeah. Oh, wait. This looks like the spot. Time to start digging. Okay, where's my...
Ooh. You
There.
might be able to get back to the planetarium. That's actually, you might be able
That's
to.
my goal.
Once we know what's in this box. You know, I just realized it's like the end of the day and you're digging up a box that you probably can't use.
Mm-hmm.
So what's in it?
I've literally never seen this.
Let's do it.
Baron Bafflers. Directions. Each clue is a hint for 2 different words. The word below, the long word, and a second smaller word found within that word, the small word. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Lastly, the first letter of each small word forms this week's solution, a member of the 6th clue. Okay, kept behind locked doors. Can affect one greatly when made by someone with a strong spirit. Makes the validity of a statement clear. On a certain scale, this is very hot. Informs you there's no school today. A group composed of members that have similar characteristics. I have no idea on any of these.
Huh. Okay, let's. What are the directions again?
Each clue is a hint for 2 different words. The word below, the long word, and a second smaller word found within that word, the small word. Each letter in the small word will be included in the next clue's long word. Lastly, the first letter of each small word forms this week's solution. This one is very puzzling. I've never gotten this before. I've dug up treasures before in my other game, but it's always just been money or gems. Hmm. Well, I'm not going to wait
Wait.
too long on it.
Oh no, that's just on a certain scale. This is very hot, but it's got to be 2 words. I know one of them.
Hmm.
What informs you that there's no? Oh, it's not snow. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. No. Wait. Think. I used to be really good at this kind of thing. It wouldn't be radio because I don't have it. I'm focusing on the school because it's the only thing I can think of. Might give us an idea on how to. Can you? You can't type anything in.
No.
Can't interact with it.
No.
But it's too short to be. The only thing that closes school is ice. That would be 3 letters. But ice what? Oh.
Hmm.
That's it.
What?
Notice. Not ice. Notice.
Yeah.
A notice for school that there's no school or ice. I was thinking like snow or sleet or something.
Okay, then we know that ICE appears in this word. Hmm.
Well, take a screenshot of it. We'll solve it later. I mean, I don't even know where to put a solution in. Do you?
We'll have to puzzle over that another time. Okay, to get to the planetarium, I go this way, this way, this way, this way.
Yeah, because we only got like 20 minutes before the end of the stream.
Do we?
Yeah, it's like.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay, to get to the planetarium, I have to go through the chapel.
Oh no, your last coin. There's your planetarium.
Here's our planetarium. This gives us a star chart here. Ooh, at 50 stars, a new constellation is spotted.
Ooh. So if you played for 50 days, you get a new one.
Yep. So we're currently at 6, which is the Twins and Dimundus Minor. The next one is Farmer's Apple and Clavis the Key. And then Dimundus Minor, Southern Cross. Interesting stuff. There is more you can do in here, but you need a certain item, and we don't have that item. So let's call it a day. This was a very productive day. Architect's Jigsaw House. 6 drafting rooms, 3 puzzle rooms.
I found a picture of it.
Okay. Rank searched 9, steps taken 133, items found 10, new rooms 7. Not bad, not bad. We could have gone to our trading post and traded stuff, but
I think. What would you trade? Your shovel?
yeah.
You could do that, or I could vote back. Oh, I don't care.
I'm gonna save and quit here, and we'll call it a stream early because it takes about 40 minutes for a run through the mansion, and
Besides, that last puzzle is gonna have me thinking.
yeah.
Found a picture of it online, so we can puzzle over it.
So yeah, we'll continue looking into that and continue trying to solve the mysteries in the mansion and continue to try to get to that 46th room. So hope you guys are enjoying this. I really do love this game. It's very easy to get drawn into it. And streaming it pretty regularly on Saturdays, and then I'm streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. So
Whatever
yeah.
stuff.
So thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, we'll see you.